Hello, my name is Melvin, and I'm going to be talking about international mitigation issues for our oral presentation. So, the biggest problem with international mitigation issues is the inability of countries with small economies and poorly funded economies educating their people internally to deal with natural disasters. The United States is very well equipped. We have a lot of programs, a lot of universities sponsor programs educating people on how to deal with emergency management situations and how to set plans in place to help mitigate disasters. A lot of other countries don't have that. A lot of their universities don't even offer emergency management degrees. In addition to that being a problem, just the inability to get those kind of educational know-hows. There's also the fact that a lot of other countries would rather spend their money instead of trying to educate on something that could help them. They would rather spend their money to increase the infrastructure, which will definitely yield a long-term result. So the biggest threats lie, as of right now, to emergency management in Asia, South America, and Africa, because their infrastructure is not as well constructed, so their roads aren't as good, their buildings aren't up to codes that, say, the United States would hold builders to. And then in addition to that, like I said earlier, there's no education programs set in place to prevent these disasters or to at least mitigate them. Another problem that we find with international mitigation is that it's hard for countries to work together sometimes. And when I say that, I mean there's always a political aspect to everything. Some countries don't want to deal with other countries because of the way their economic policies are going, or because there's a trade embargo, or because of the way that they're involved militarily overseas. So it makes it incredibly hard for countries to work together and use their funds correctly, especially for something like natural disasters. So when you look at examples like Haiti, after this huge earthquake that recently happened in the past 2 or 3 years, they had tons of funds coming in from other countries, but their government wasn't stable enough to disperse the funds correctly. So a lot of that money was wasted. And that's another problem is misallocation of funds. So a country may have the money to do it, but again, not the know-how of where they should be spending each specific resource. Mitigation is described as by Coppola. You can either make the risk less likely to occur, or you can reduce the negative effects if it were to occur no matter what. So, in this scenario, like I said, a lot of times people would rather spend their money on the short term than work on it long term. That is basically everything I have about international issues. And if you have any questions, feel free to post on my video and I will comment back. Thank you.